Hi everybody, welcome to TV Entrepreneur. We are today with a great entrepreneur, a young guy who have thought about a great idea in the domain of robotic, where he has done his PhD. We are today with Samuel Bouchard. Hi.
Hi, Ghislain.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great. Samuel, what I understood when I saw you a few weeks ago at a competition named DevTech 50, you have presented your project, and I think you're in a stage where you're, let's say, at the beginning of this new enterprise.
Yep.
And not only that you have developed a robotic hand for the industrial market, but you're also in a phase of looking for money.
Yep.
So can you explain to us briefly, what does your company do?
Okay. So the company is called Robotiq. What we do is we do robotic components. Okay. So the first component is the hand. And what we'd like to do is, the vision that we have for the company is that we believe that in the near future, robotics will be structured as an industry just like the computers. So you will be able to take a motherboard and some peripherals and put all this together and do system with off-the-shelf components. So we want to be an off-the-shelf component provider for everybody that's doing robotics. So the first product that we have developed is a robotic hand. What the hand can do is that it can grab many objects automatically. So it's very simple to control. It's just as simple as the simple grippers, but it can grab many objects.
Okay, so the thing, when I saw the presentation, the hand that you have developed can grab anything from a pen to a ball of a tennis ball or a glass.
Yeah.
And the hand has been constructed in a way where with the different, I don't know how you say that.
Phalanxes.
The phalanxes.
I think it's phalanxes.
Phalanxes. Thank you very much.
Or just
You can grab easily, and so the great invention is that you can apply it to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can put the hand, let's say, as an integrated product to maybe already existing robot, for example.
Yeah, that's the idea. So today, if a robot manufacturer or robot integrators, they want to put a camera on their robot, they won't develop a camera. But for the hand, either they'll buy an off-the-shelf gripper that has some limitation, or they will develop their own gripper, which from our point of view makes no sense, because everybody's reinventing the wheel, everybody on their side, and they come up with results that are so-so in the end. So we want to build the best hand, so people, they don't, it's a no-brainer. They say, I need a hand. What is the best hand out there? And we'll take a robotics hand because it's easy to integrate and it does a great job at grabbing many things.
Okay, so being the president of Robotiq is putting yourself in front of great challenges. There's two main challenges that many entrepreneurs are in front of. The first one is you have to develop your market. You have to develop your product as well. You should not be in love with your product, but to be able to prove to the market that you're targeting the advantages of buying this robotic hand. How did you develop this strategic planning?
Okay, when we left the lab where we were from, where the hand is also from, we had this plastic prototype. We plugged a CO2 bottle that you can use to nail for air guns, for example. So we went to the hardware store and put this in a little suitcase and went to visit those guys and showed them the hand. So this was the first thing. So
if I may, you just have said that to validate the market, you have taken this robotic hand that you have developed in a research project at in university based in Quebec, Canada, Université Laval. So you took this hand, did a spin-off in a company called Robotiq, and then you manufactured a kind of a demo and you brought it to specific clients that could be buyers.
Exactly.
So you validated the demand.
Yeah, we validated the demand in numerous fields because again, there are many applications where a hand or a gripper is needed. So we talked to people in the military, in the industrial, underwater, nuclear, all sort of markets. So the first thing we wanted to validate is what is the need of such a hand in those different markets. Afterwards, after we could identify a few applications following those visits, so visits with robot makers or robot integrators. We had a few applications in mind that were suggested by those people. So we went and did some market research, so looked at some reports about robotics that exist out there, see how many robots are out there, and for the specific applications.
Okay.
And what happened is that we showed the hand. I said, "Oh, fine, that looks good. Can we try it? Can we do some integration with our robot?" And the answer was always, it was a bit dull for them. We were, "Oh, wait a minute, we need to do a lot of R&D before we can integrate it." So we did it. We made a step back and said, "Okay, let's stop talking to people for the moment. Let's go get some money for R&D. Let's do some R&D, and when we'll come back to those guys, we'll be this far from being able to integrating it."
At least you have done this validation from the beginning. I mean, from the start that you have thought of doing the spin-off of the product, you did this first step, and afterward, if I understand, you went back, kind of a go-no-go process, and they have validated everything. So now you have been back to the lab, and I understand you developed a more realistic, usable product.
Yeah, so the hand was developed for many other applications in the lab. It was research projects. Some hands are used, for example, to clean up radioactive sites in the UK. There's another version at the Canadian Space Agency. But all those hands were developed with some constraints that are not the constraints of our potential customers. So we just took the principles of the hand, and we did a hand that is smaller, cheaper, more robust, and also more capable. And that's where we are right now. So we have this working prototype, and it's a plastic one. We're making right now a metal one. And when we have this ready and this already very close to integration, that's when we're going to do the move of taking the list of people that we had met. It was great because all of them opened their door. It was very, they had nothing to risk there. We're just, "Hey, look, we have this great thing. What do you think?" So we're not trying to sell anything. So all those people, they gave us very valuable feedback. And all these doors are open right now when we have the product ready. So
Okay, so from this point on, you've got this validation and more likely this first product line that will be available in the next months or a few months. So, I mean, what are the next steps from a strategic marketing standpoint?
Yeah.
What are your goals? I mean, how are you going to put in action your plan? I mean, first, have you developed a strategic marketing plan?
yeah, the plan, there's a basic structure to the plan. There's all this list of contacts that we have targeted, but we need to refine this plan. And for this, we're trying to find some help from either consulting or outsourcing firm that have some expertise where we don't. We have expertise in sales and in product management and product development, but in sales specific for all the complex sales that is involved in the technological sales. That's where we want to go get some outside expertise.
Okay. So now that you have better understood your need and you're, as I understand, convinced of needing people to complement the team on the sales part, because the product has been quite validated, there's few steps, I would imagine, to validate more deeply, or you think that is, you're sure of your market right now?
We won't be completely sure until we close some deals, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so in the value chain, the people that are right next to us are the robot manufacturers. So these are the ones that can put the hand on the robot. After this, there are the integrators. They are service companies, so they can do custom solutions for the end users. So the closer we get to us in the value chain, the higher will be the volumes. And these are really the clients that we want to focus. So this is going to be the push strategy of going there and say, hey, let's do an integration of this great hand on your great robot and see what your users think. But at the same time, we'll be able to do some, try to create some demands from the end users. So we have opportunities. There's some militaries close to here. We're going to visit them and talk to them about the hand and
To validate
it really.
another vertical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we'll work on both sides. We live in a unique place where there's a lot of money for R&D and for startup companies like us. So our strategy was just, let's try to build this product, let's try to close some deals with commercial partners, and then we're going to go see some investors. And this is what we've almost done, but we want to start talking to investors right now just to
Get known.
yeah, just to get known and build relationship.
Okay.
So we're looking for money, but also for expertise,
Okay.
mainly in business development.
Okay. And what would be, I don't know if this is a public or something that you're comfortable to say, but how much money do you think you're going to raise in the first phase?
We were looking for $300,000 for the first phase. It's going to complete a budget of $1.5 million. So the rest of the money is money from ourselves and money from government grants.
Mm-hmm.
And we have money right now. We can work for another year without sales. What
Okay.
we want to do with this extra money is just to speed up the entry to market. So
Okay. Commercialization.
yeah.
So, on the aspect of having to you have validated your product toward your client, I think is a great way to be sure that it works. And on the other side, I mean, you're waiting to have a better, let's say, advanced discussion or deal signed with your clients
Mm-hmm.
to have an important investor. So you're very, let's say, you hold your horse back a bit
Yeah.
to well prepare yourself. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's why we haven't approached many investors. We're talking to people that are close to our network.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that when you bring investors, you have to bring results afterwards. Okay, so you have to make sure that what you say to investors, you're confident about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be totally confident about our product. I'm totally confident about our team at the moment.
Yep.
I'll be totally confident about our product when we go back to see all those important players where we already have relationships and close some deals.
Samuel, it was very interesting. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I wish you the best and looking forward to see this Robotiq hand.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ghislain.
People are backing off, you'll get used to it. I've got used to quit, always makes me tick. People are backing